Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's build, we are building yet another installment for filling Newcrest, which is a series on my channel where I quite literally just fill Newcrest with base game builds. And today we're working on a community lot. We are on Beech Byway, which is the neighborhood, well, it's a lot in the neighborhood up in the top left portion of the Newcrest map, and I decided to call this bar Lucky Llama because of course llamas in The Sims 4 very relevant. You know, we've got the llama mascot and just lots of different llama things, lots of nods to llamas. So I wanted to add that in, and I don't know, it just kind of sounds like the name of a bar. At first I called it Lavish Llama. Like, I literally just looked up words that start with L on Google because I felt like the word that kept popping into my head was learn, and I'm like, no, there's nothing that, like, learn and bar, that just doesn't go for me. So I don't even know how I would use that word with llama anyway. But yeah, at first I came up with Lavish Llama, and then I was like, you know what, Lucky Llama. Like, I could see there being a bar literally called Lucky's, so to me it just kind of made more sense to call it Lucky Llama. So if you did want to download this build off of the Sims 4 gallery, it will be available under the name Lucky Llama, and I'll usually have, like, you know, hashtag base game, bar, filling Newcrest. I think I decided to do the hashtag filling Newcrest. I'm not entirely sure, but hashtag Newcrest, like, you should be able to find it. And if you want to look at my EAID, which will be easier, you'll be able to find all of my builds on there. My name is ashleyyangelinaa, spelled with 2 Y's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. So again, if you want to look for this, you can either look it up under Lucky Llama or under my EAID, ashleyyangelinaa, spelled with 2 Y's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. But as you can see right now, we are working on getting together a little bathroom for your bar patrons. And I feel like this build ends up looking a bit like Blue Velvet, in my opinion, which, if you are not familiar, that is the base game bar that's in Willow Creek. And even, like, I think I said, the layout just reminds me of it. But also, because we're building only with base game, naturally, I feel like some of your bar items are going to be similar to the ones at Blue Velvet. So again, it looks a bit like Blue Velvet to me, but this is only a 1-story build, and of course it has, like, a twist with, you know, my own decor style and things like that. In my opinion, this doesn't look very Louisiana, like bayou style, which is a lot what Willow Creek is supposed to look like, from my understanding. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I've heard a lot of people talk about that, and it looks a lot like Louisiana, in my opinion. So like New Orleans. That's basically all the details to this build. I do end up placing down a grand piano. So again, a lot like Blue Velvet. I place down a microphone so your Sims can go up and sing, or they can tell jokes. Maybe this bar hosts some events where, you know, they'll have, like, you know, some pianist come in some days or some nights on the weekends and have some live music instead of your typical stereo music. I do end up placing a jukebox because for a bar community lot, you have to have a stereo. So I end up placing a jukebox because I just felt like, even though jukebox kind of makes me think like 50s diner, and I felt like it worked here too. And then I had already kind of ran out of wall space anyway for a wall speaker. So I was like, you know what, we'll do a jukebox. That's kind of fun. I don't think I've ever used the jukebox. So it gave me an opportunity to do that. And then right here is where we're creating the area with the microphone. I end up making it look a lot like, you know, like this nice little stage where, you know, like rising stars in The Sims, say they're, you know, just starting to get their foot in the door and people are starting to recognize their name and their face and things like that. I don't know, maybe they come here and do some comedy. Fun fact, my husband and I, we actually love going to comedy shows together, especially before our son was born. We went together a lot, and there's this one really nice, what's it called? a comedy club in San Francisco that we go to pretty often. He's definitely been more times than I have, but we've frequented that place many a time before our son was born. And we've actually been, I think together we went once since he was born, and then he's gone a couple times with like some friends and stuff. But yeah, I just thought it would be like a nice little addition. Like, you know, you can just have like a comedian or just your Sims come up here and sing, or, you know, they can tell jokes. Maybe this is where they can practice their comedy skill and, I don't know, like just tell some of their jokes at the bar. And when I was playtesting here, there were actually a lot of Sims here, not as many that frequent Blue Velvet in my opinion. Maybe it was because it was like earlier in the day when I came to playtest here and take photos and stuff, but I don't know, I just love when the bars just get nice and filled up. If you guys have ever played in Willow Creek at their bar there, the Blue Velvet, I feel like I've said Blue Velvet so many times already now, but I feel like there's always so many patrons there. And if I'm ever playing in like an older save file, there's always so many ghosts too. Like, I'm pretty sure the bars, you know, they'll have like singles night, so drinks are discounted if you're single, and they'll have happy hour and things like that. But I want to say there's also like a night event where they have like ghosts get discounts. If correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there is. And then there's also ones in different worlds. I think this is just in base game where your Sims, if they dress up like a bear, like in a bear costume, they get discounted drinks. And then I know over at, what's the name of the bar at Henford on Bagley? It's like Knight's something, Knight's Arm, something like that. Anyway, they have a night or an event where if you dress up like a knight, then, you know, you get discounted drinks there too. Like, but again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's like a ghost one. But anyway, my point is, since this is a brand new save file, because I decided to start fresh and fill Newcrest up, there's no ghosts that frequent this bar yet. But as you can see, we are just now furnishing this little like back patio area. I figured it's kind of nice, at least personally when I have gone to bars, it is nice to step outside, get away from all the really loud music, get away from the crowd, get some fresh air. And then obviously there's other people, you know, in reality that will hop outside, take a smoke break, things like that. So I just wanted to make a little like outdoor area for your Sims to hang out. And then maybe this is also an area for your bartender or any waiters that you would potentially have at a bar. There's no waiters at a bar in The Sims, but any of your employees that are working at this bar, they can step outside, take their break, you know, just get some fresh air. Same thing that your patrons would do as well, because I would imagine working at a bar, dealing with drunk patrons a lot could be just a bit annoying, of course. Another fun fact, I actually used to work at a bar. It was an ale house, so I don't know, ale house might just be a fancier name for a bar, but yeah, I worked at an ale house and we had really good food, honestly. But of course, there are those nights where you get stuck with the table with all the drunk people, or there's just that one really drunk person that won't leave you alone, like not like harassing you, but just like they're just, I don't know, super annoying, and they keep asking for ranch or something, like, I don't know. And then surprisingly though, I never had anybody make like a huge mess. Like, honestly, it was always kids that were super messy. And then when I actually met my husband, him and I used to work at a deli and we served beer there. And believe it or not, out of all the food places I've worked, I've actually dealt with the most drunk person at the deli, and we had to like hose this guy's vomit up outside off of the grass, and then our grass like died outside. Like, oh my God, it was so gross. And we were actually working that shift together. It was actually kind of funny. I mean, I felt so bad for the guy because his friends just kept letting him drink. We should have cut him off, honestly, but you know, that's in the past and that's neither here nor there. We are basically about to hop into the screenshot. So If you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for staying tuned and listening to me rant. I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope you enjoyed the screenshots. And again, if you want to download this build off the gallery, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery under Lucky Llama, or you can look up my EAID, ashleyyangelinaa, spelled with 2 I's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. And I have many more builds to come for my Filling Newcrest series. So I hope you guys decide to hit that post notification bell, hit that subscribe button, so you are aware of when I post videos in the future, and I hope to see you in a future one. Bye.